Today we're embarking on an exciting journey into the heart of drawing, focusing on the power and versatility of the pen. Whether you're just starting out or you've been sketching for a while, this video is designed to equip you with the fundamental principles and techniques to elevate your drawing skills. Let's grab our pens and get started. Before we dive into pen techniques, let's appreciate the importance of a strong foundation. Just like a house needs a solid base, our drawings rely on fundamental principles to truly shine. We'll begin with the building blocks of all visual art shapes. Understanding how to accurately represent circles, squares, triangles, and their countless variations is key to constructing convincing objects and figures. Once we're comfortable with shapes, we'll move on to proportions, the relationships in size between different parts of an object or scene. By carefully manipulating light and shadow, we can give our drawings depth, dimension, and a sense of form. Remember, mastering these fundamentals is an ongoing journey, so be patient with yourself and enjoy the process. Now that we've covered the fundamentals, let's talk about one of the most crucial skills for any artist observation. The ability to truly see, to notice the subtle details, the play of light and shadow, the unique character of your subject, is what elevates a drawing from good to great. One of the best ways to hone your observation skills is to draw from life. Choose everyday objects, people, or scenes around you and try to capture them on paper as accurately as possible. Pay close attention to the shapes, proportions, and textures you observe. Notice how the light falls on it, creating highlights and shadows. By training your eye to see the world with an artist's gaze, you'll unlock a whole new level of depth and detail in your work. In this chapter, we'll explore the concepts of gesture and form, two powerful tools that can bring dynamism and fluidity to your drawings. Gesture drawing involves capturing the essence of a subject's movement and energy through quick, loose lines. Think of it as a way of sketching the invisible force that gives life to a pose or action. Don't worry about details or accuracy at this stage. Focus on capturing the overall flow and rhythm of your subject. Form refers to the three-dimensional volume and shape of an object. When we draw form, we're essentially trying to create the illusion of solidity on a flat surface. By combining gesture and form, we can create drawings that are both dynamic and believable. Light and shadow are the magicians of the art world, transforming flat shapes into three-dimensional forms. Understanding how light interacts with surfaces is crucial for creating realistic and engaging drawings. Imagine a sphere bathed in soft light. You'll notice a bright highlight where the light hits the surface directly, followed by a gradual transition into shadow as the surface curves away from the light source. This interplay of light and shadow creates the illusion of volume and depth. Experiment with different shading techniques to find what works best for you and your subject matter. Pay close attention to how light falls on different objects and how it affects the mood and atmosphere of a scene. As we delve deeper into the world of pen and ink, it's important to remember that mastering any skill takes time, patience, and consistent effort. Don't get discouraged if your drawings don't look exactly how you envision them right away. Every line you put on paper, every mistake you learn from, is a step forward on your artistic journey. Embrace the process of experimentation and growth, and celebrate the small victories along the way. Set aside dedicated time for drawing, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. The more you practice, the more natural and intuitive the process will become. Drawing should be a source of joy, relaxation, and creative expression. Unlike pencil, where lines can be easily erased and adjusted, pen drawing demands a certain level of confidence and control. Each stroke is permanent, contributing to the final character of your artwork. Start by practicing different line weights and qualities. Use light, delicate lines to suggest subtle details or distant objects. Employ bold, confident strokes to define foreground elements or create dramatic emphasis. Experiment with smooth, flowing lines to create a sense of grace and elegance. Embrace the unique qualities of pen and ink, and let your lines dance across the page. Hatching and cross-hatching are fundamental shading techniques that use closely spaced parallel lines to create the illusion of tone and texture. By varying the density, direction, and thickness of these lines, we can achieve a wide range of effects. Hatching involves creating a series of parallel lines in a single direction. To darken an area, simply add more lines or make them closer together. Cross-hatching takes this technique a step further by layering lines in different directions, resulting in richer tonal variations and a more intricate texture. Experiment with different pen angles and line weights to see how they affect the overall look and feel of your hatching and cross-hatching. Practice these techniques diligently, and you'll be amazed at the depth and dimension you can bring to your pen drawings. Stippling might seem like a meticulous technique, but its ability to create subtle gradients and captivating textures is well worth the effort. This method involves building up tone and texture using countless small dots, carefully placed to create the desired effect. The closer the dots, the darker the tone will appear. Conversely, sparsely scattered dots create a lighter, more delicate effect. Stippling is a fantastic technique for rendering smooth gradients, especially on curved surfaces. Don't be afraid to combine stippling with other pen techniques like hatching or cross-hatching to achieve even more complex and visually interesting results. Line weight refers to the thickness or thinness of a line. By varying line weight strategically, we can create a sense of depth, dimension, and visual hierarchy in our drawings. Thicker, bolder lines might be used to define objects in the foreground, drawing the viewer's eye to these areas first. As the landscape recedes into the distance, thinner, lighter lines can be used to depict distant hills or clouds, creating a sense of atmospheric perspective. Experiment with different pen sizes and pressures to achieve a variety of line weights. Use line weight strategically to guide the viewer's eye and create a sense of depth and dimension. While pen drawing often involves a degree of spontaneity and improvisation, a little planning can go a long way, especially when tackling more complex compositions. Before you commit to pen, consider lightly sketching out your ideas with a pencil. This allows you to refine your composition, experiment with different perspectives, and ensure accurate proportions before making any permanent marks. Once you're satisfied with your pencil sketch, you can confidently begin inking over your lines, knowing that you have a solid foundation to build upon. The world of pens is vast and varied, offering a wealth of options for artists of all styles and preferences. Fine liners with their precise tips and archival ink are excellent for detailed work, line art, and technical drawings. Brush pens, on the other hand, offer a more expressive and fluid line quality, mimicking the look and feel of traditional brush and ink. Fountain pens, with their interchangeable nibs and refillable ink cartridges, provide a luxurious and customizable drawing experience. Experiment with different ink colors and types to further expand your creative possibilities. Explore different options, experiment with various techniques, and discover the tools that best suit your artistic vision. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found these tips and techniques helpful on your artistic journey. Remember, the most important thing is to keep practicing, experimenting, and most importantly, having fun. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, they're valuable learning opportunities in disguise. Embrace your unique style and let your creativity flow through every line you create. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more art tips and tutorials, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads.